Hi, it's Alicia again. I'm just recording the second video with something that I had on my mind, and that was what you should not do when you're driving for Lyft. So, the very first thing that comes to my mind when you're driving for Lyft, if you're male or female, is you should never, ever, ever try to hit on someone. People in general, they just want to get in the car and go home from work. They just want to get in the car and go home from the bar. They want to hang out with their friends. They don't know who you are. They don't know anything about you other than that you are qualified to drive them from point A to point B. So when you say, "Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful," if you're a man or a woman, you might creep that person out to the point that they don't want to ride with you ever again. You might say, "Can I get your number?" Or maybe I should ask this girl for your number. Your time to pick up women is during your personal time. Or men, if you're a woman who likes to hit on men. Your time to pick up men or women is on your own personal time. It's not when you are driving for Lyft. When you're driving for Lyft, I feel like you should be professional. You should, at least in your mindset, you should have a professional common courtesy. If you struggle with that, you could definitely ask people, what can I do to make this ride better? Or maybe ask people that you talk to on a regular basis. Sometimes people come off as creepy. What can I do to not seem so creepy? Because people think that I'm creepy. Or you could look at yourself in the mirror and be like, do I look creepy? And would a woman consider me creepy? Because that's what people say. They say that they a lot of times they prefer a woman driver. I get a lot of women who prefer a women driver. Even recently, I just had a couple. The driver made them feel not safe, so they actually stopped the ride, got out of the car, and ran to my car when they selected another Lyft, and they ran to me because they were afraid that this Lyft driver was gonna take them somewhere and hurt them. And so you just want to be aware of the vibe that you give people. You don't want to come off as creepy. You don't want to come off as you don't want to come off that way at all. You want to come off as friendly, professional, someone that they would want to work with, someone that they would want to get a ride with again. That's it. You don't want to come off as someone who's trying to be their man. You don't want to come off as someone who is coming off anything other than maybe a business professional relationship, like someone they might work with, maybe on a professional level. You want to keep it that way. You don't want to go anywhere else in the Lyft ride. So that is my number one thing to stay away from. The other things I would strongly advise to is unsafe driving practices. Now this includes things like multitasking while you're driving. You don't want to be in the front seat texting or talking on the phone or brushing your teeth or whatever you might be able to do when you're driving yourself around. And you definitely don't want to do that while you're driving the customer around. It makes them feel unsafe. It makes them feel like you're not paying attention to their needs. And customers ultimately, they want you to be focused on them. Some of them want you to be focused on them without being focused on them. And what I mean by that is, they don't want all of your attention. They want to do what they want to do, whether they're texting their friends or on the phone. But they want you to be focused on your job, is what I mean by that. Do your job. Some of them just want to sit in the ride and be quiet. They don't want you to have contact with them. They don't want you to say anything. Or the only thing they might want you to say is, "Hey, how are you doing? Bye." That's it. And that's good. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, that's how some people are. They don't want that huge amount of contact. And there's others who love a conversation. They love you to say, "Hey, how are you doing? Did you go see that Steelers game this week?" They want that conversation. So you kind of have to find out the type of person they are. Usually you can tell, because as soon as they get in the car, they'll either be sitting on their phone texting right after you say, "Hi, how are you doing?" And they just want a quiet conversation. They don't want any conversation. And there's others who will have that conversation with you. So that's the other thing. And my last thing is just to make sure that your car is in safe working condition. You want to make sure that if you have any noises or any vehicle worries, that you get them checked out as soon as possible. It's going to be cheaper as soon you get it checked out and fixed as soon as possible. And B, you won't have any issues while you're driving if you make sure all your quirks are fixed out on your car. Okay? All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful day. If you want to like and share my video, you're more than welcome to. And again, the link below will be there for you to sign up for Lyft. Have a good one.